Alright, those are off to FBA. How are you guys doing? So, I mentioned in my last video, got a couple things going on. Got a couple work things with my other business where I do remodels and construction, where I've been busy. I am going to start working on my van as soon as it starts to cool down. It is currently, gotta clear my thing here, 98 degrees at the end of August in Utah, which, if you don't think global warming is real, I've been here 20 years. This is ridiculous. When record-setting temperatures 7 years in a row. Really, give me a break. It sucks. Anyway, that's not the only reason I don't like Utah. And temperatures are going up everywhere. But anyway, I am looking at leaving Utah. So, at the most, I plan on being here another 2 years. My wife has to wait before she can leave her job and keep some of her benefits. So she actually has to wait 4 years, but I'll probably do kind of a split location for a couple years. So I have been working on that with a couple options. I'm going to run into the post office real quick and be back with what those options are. Give me 1 second. Alright, so all the eBay shipments are gone now too. So, headed to where I'm gonna go from Utah. So the main thing I don't like about Utah, I just don't like the culture. Second thing is, the cost of living here is rapidly increasing. They call the area just like 5 minutes south of me Silicon Slopes. So the cost of living and the price of housing is just going up at a crazy rate, but yet all your wages are staying the same, which just makes for a crap economy. Utah doesn't run at a deficit. They're doing well that way, but I mean, it's just our minimum wage is still $7.25 or something like that, but yet your median house price here is getting close to, I think it's close to 300 grand. So, I mean, it's just nuts. I mean, the minimum wage thing doesn't affect me, but it affects everyone around you, which just makes for a weird dynamic, and I don't like it. So, and I've been here way too long, so it's time to leave. Where I would prefer to be, and if everything goes well, is down in Oklahoma, where I was visiting. My family's had some property there for a long time. My uncle actually sold the property his house is on, and he has a life lease on his house. I'm trying to get in contact with the guy that owns that, and looking at maybe purchasing that back. That would be ideal, just because there would be a lot of space, and yet it's still 35 minutes to Tulsa and 45 minutes to Oklahoma City. I don't like the big city, so I'd be out of the big city, but my wife, if she needs to get to the big city, it's not too far away for her. Also, that means that there's big cities for sourcing, but I don't have to live in them. So it could work out really well if that will actually work. Cost of living is way lower in Oklahoma. I mean, insanely lower in Oklahoma than it is here. So in true scavenger style, that would make it to where, you know, cost of living goes down, so therefore the amount you have to sell goes down as well. So that's the other major benefit that I'm looking at there. There's also, if I can get that land back, there's some orchard options and things like that could happen, and hunting and things, so it could be really good. The other option would be possibly Colorado Springs. So some parts of the cost of living go down from here. We wouldn't be right in Colorado Springs. I would be outside of it. Again, I'm not big on big cities. So that would be a possibility too. it just depends on how that works out. So we'll see what happens. But I'm actually looking at trying to nail something down in one of those locations sooner rather than later, especially Oklahoma. And then a lot of things would change. So anyway, that's something I've been working on that's been keeping me busy as well. The other thing I mentioned quickly in the last video is phones. So quick tip to check out: if you are in an area where you have Xfinity or Comcast for your internet service, they are now offering cell service to their customers. I wish I could have an affiliate link, but they're charging low enough. I don't know that they pay affiliates. So you have to buy their phone. That's the one downside. You can't bring a phone to them, so you have to buy their phone. But they were doing, the Note 8 hadn't quite come out yet, so they were doing the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus. The S8 Pluses were $26 a month. So I bought 3 of the S8 Pluses from them, and then you can either do $45 for unlimited data, or you can do $12 per gig. So I actually did the $12 per gig, because if you're in a metropolitan area, they have Xfinity Wi-Fi towers set up in locations, and then Xfinity customers that just use the basic modem service, their modems broadcast a Wi-Fi network as well. Those ones aren't secure. The towers Xfinity puts up are secure Wi-Fi. So any data you use on those doesn't count towards your data limit, which therefore you don't use as much data. I was only using 2 or 3 gigs of data because I use Wi-Fi a lot already, and my wife's the same way. So unlimited calls, unlimited text, and the phones work internationally, which have international roaming that you can turn off and on. So it's a pretty good setup to where I was paying $140 a month with T-Mobile. Main reason I switched: Colorado, Arizona, where my parents are moving, and Oklahoma, where I was visiting and I'm looking at moving. T-Mobile reception sucks. When you're not on the Wi-Fi with Xfinity, it uses Verizon's towers. Since I've switched, no dropped calls, everything's been working great. So but going through Verizon, at least where I'm at, is pretty pricey. So it was going to be like almost $220 a month. So with Xfinity, I get the benefits of those Verizon towers without paying that high price. I got new phones. My phones weren't that old. They were Note 5, 2 Note 5s and a Note 4. So probably $500 worth of used phones that I can sell on eBay. So going to get those wiped next couple days and get those listed. So hopefully this new S8 records as good as my Note 5 did. So yeah, just a few things that I have been running around keeping busy on, which has made it where I haven't had as many videos as I normally have. So anyway, it is what it is. That's what I've been running around. That's just kind of juggling all the between work and reselling and all that, keeping it all going at once, so that I can eventually get to full-time reselling, which helps that my wife's been getting more involved with that as well. So anyway, that's what's been going on, guys, and we'll keep you updated as I go along. So till next time, keep listing. That's what I gotta do. I've done a bunch of sourcing, but if you don't have any piles, get sourcing. And if you got any questions or comments, put them down below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Have a great one, guys, and we'll catch you next time.